following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Hey, how you doing? The new day, new station. I am making this public now. Got you. I'm here, Brian Sewell, the mortgage doctor. On Wednesdays now at 5 o'clock is when we changed the time. So appreciate everyone that's been jumping in and supporting the show. I got my good friend Tony Volz here. Am I saying your last name right?
You are.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
I used to call you Volz.
It's okay. You can call me anything you want.
All right. Not on this show, though. So, look, Tony's a good guy, a good friend of mine. He is, you're in insurance. You work with Landmark Insurance?
I do. Landmark Insurance. I write for 25 of the top insurance companies in the country. All of them, but just a couple. Some of the companies, which I won't mention right now. But, yeah, I write for 25 of the top ones. Home, auto, commercial. Anything you need.
Yeah, insurance is important. We're going to talk a little bit of insurance today, guys. I tell you to buy these assets, you need to protect them. So we'll talk more about that. I just want to start off with the purpose of the show. I've been doing this show for a little while now, for a few years, and I truly believe that everyone deserves the opportunity, the American dream of home ownership, and everyone should be treated fairly. And so part of how we do things, we call it the 3 E's. We educate, encourage you, and give you empowerment so you can make a sound decision. In doing so, you need to know everything's available for you. So many times we hear discouragement, whether it's rates are too high, my credit's bad, I don't make enough money. It's being able to put a plan together to not necessarily say no, although we need to say no sometimes, right, up front, to properly prepare you to buy a home. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but most of this show is going to be about my good friend Tony, because after you get your home or while you're getting your home, you need to understand how to protect your home and cars and all this type of stuff. And he's going to give us a little bit of stuff about insurance. So we're not going to make it all boring insurance stuff, but we're going to have some fun with it. Tony, you do a good Rocky too, man. I love Rocky.
You know, Rocky is, I don't know if I do a good impersonation of him, but he is definitely someone that I definitely look up to and like to emulate. And if you've noticed, did you watch his documentary in Netflix?
I didn't see the last documentary. I've seen all the Rockies. I don't count the one after the Russian. That the fifth one. I don't count that one, but I count 6 and 7.
No, but he came out with a documentary called Sly on November 3rd.
Okay, no, I didn't see that one. Last Friday.
It's about his life. It's on Netflix. Phenomenal. If you didn't see it, go watch it. I have a new respect for the man, and one of these days, Brian, I'm going to meet him.
Good. Well, we should try to make that happen. He's getting up there. So, I did hear about a little bit of his story. I mean, this is not what the show's about, but we're going to have a little fun and we'll jump in. We'll talk to you about real estate, but a little bit about his story was that some of those things that happened when, like, the part about not being able to like speak and read is there's some truth to that, right? It's some of the things that they said about him, and then he was able to still, and you can give a little bit more background on this. This is from what I was told a little bit, not about the documentary, about his story, is that all these companies were offering him like pennies on a dollar for the rights of to produce Rocky, and not let him act. And he told him no, and eventually he got there. So you can give a little more detail on it, because I love Rocky, so we can talk Rocky all day.
Man, what a great show!
Yeah,
and I think your listeners would love to hear about it too. I mean, Rocky all day, like you said. But no, you're correct. I mean, just to give you a quick, Stallone was offered $250,000 for the rights to his manuscript, and he turned it down because he wrote this movie about him and his life. So he's like, who could play this better than me? It's about my life. So he held strong, and he said, even if they offered him $500,000, he would still say no, because he knew that once the money is gone, he's going to look back and say, what if I could have done it, right? We hang in there and let's, so he held out, and then the rest is history, obviously.
I'm on this sheet right here. What does that say? I said, open it. It's
And purpose.
Purpose. You talk about your purpose there. I believe Rocky came out before I was born, right? I was born in 79. So I think it was 77, right? I'm going off of
76. Yeah.
76, 77, right? Yeah. And $250,000 back then, that's like almost $750 $1 million now, right? I mean, so to be able to turn that down and understand what your purpose, what you're doing, it's kind of what we're getting into now. So love Rocky. We can talk all day about that. But the purpose, yes, right. Not about how you hit. No. Moving forward. I love Rocky. So here's the thing. You look at buying homes, and you've been in the business for how long now?
The insurance business about 3 years, a little over 3 years.
What did you do before that?
Well, I did a lot of things, but prior, I kind of did what you were doing.
Yeah.
Which was I was a mortgage, a loan officer.
Okay.
Many years ago, and now I'm kind of, and then I had some other transitions from then until now. But I decided that I want to be on this end of the table, so I can work with guys like yourself.
And I'm going all over the place. I'm gonna bring it back, but you just made me think of something. So one of the charities that you did, you did kids books too, right?
Yeah, I have this.
I'm putting you on the spot, but I remember.
Brian,
so we don't talk personal all the time. So I thought it's kind of cool. You're like, I came on here to sell insurance.
No. I'm telling you, insurance isn't the most exciting thing to talk about. So Rocky and children's books, absolutely.
This is the name of our show. Cut. Keep on Rocky Children. Hey, Adrian. Thanks, Franklin.
No, I do have a little hobby that I've always had, which was I always liked drawing cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with the Flintstones, with the Jetsons, with all the old school cartoons, I call them. They just don't make them like that.
Are you good? Can you draw now?
I could draw probably something.
All right, we're going to come back to that. So
whether or not I'm good is I have to be. So but
I haven't drawn in a long time. We're both going to have a drawing contest later.
Okay.
So we're entertaining, guys. You can tell.
Can I draw
we saw our own self.
Or no?
Yeah, you can draw whatever you want. So
Simpson,
we're going to give a 30-second limit. So you have to be able to draw something within 30 seconds, and we're going to let them judge. You wrote books, so if I beat you, I'm good.
Need 10 seconds, but 30 seconds is fine.
So no, I'll get back to, but I do. So that's pretty cool. You do that though.
But let me just explain. So what I did was I love old school cartoons, and I love scripture.
Mm-hmm.
I love our Lord Jesus.
Amen.
What a great radio station that we're at now, and all glory goes to Christ.
Stella Award winner here, back to back.
Amen.
The win for them to get the third one has to be like the Bulls.
I believe it. It's going to happen.
Yep.
So I took my love for scriptures, and I took my love for old school cartoons, and I kind of threw them into a pot in a mixing bowl, and I mixed them up, and out came a children's series called Ark Animals.
Okay.
So the Ark Animals is basically the great descendants of the actual animals from Noah's Ark. And they come from a godly bloodline, but they kind of find themselves in some moral dilemmas, and they get help from their wise old neighbor, the Solomon, the wise old lamb. We're
studying that now in our in the Man of the Heart thing. So we're studying Genesis with Noah. So that's one of the reasons, and I didn't do this on purpose, but I want you to let people get to know you a little bit. Is just they can see your love for Jesus and what things you're passionate about. Then I always tell people, we talked about purpose, right? Our purpose is what's in our heart. I truly believe that I don't care, man, woman, that our purpose is to worship Jesus.
Amen.
Plain and simple. I wasn't born to be a mortgage banker. You weren't born to be an insurance guy. Now that's something that we do. And if you understand that purpose, then I can accept you doing a good job as being an insurance agent. So that's why we kind of went down that road without I didn't intentionally do that, but so people can get to kind of see. So give me a little bit more of your passion, and we're going to talk a little bit insurance for a few minutes. And
so my passion is just to kind of briefly go back. So yeah, I do have a children's series. I have 5 books out there on Amazon. You can pick them up. I don't make any money off of them with Amazon. They give me like like 80 cents per book that I sell. So, go out
That's
there.
still money.
Hey, go out there, buy 5 or 6 books, and then just
Give
know
like
that,
$5, a little under $5.
and I can buy myself a 6-inch sub at Subway. So please go out.
Well,
and
no, because Uncle Sam's going to take like 40% of that, so you might be able to get you a 2.5-inch, maybe a bottle of water,
or a cookie at Subway.
Yeah. No, but go ahead.
So yeah, that's my passion is there, and then of course my passion is my local church. I like to play in the worship team. I play guitar, and
I heard you talking about that.
Yeah, I like to worship the Lord.
Good. That's awesome. All right, so let's talk about insurance. So I always, it's not sexy. It's not something you get excited about, but we need it, right? So just talk to us about some of the things that you do and how an insurance policy. And the floor is yours.
Well, you said something correct. None of us really want insurance. We don't even like to talk about it, but unfortunately, we all need it, right? By law, we need to have auto insurance. If you get a loan from a mortgage company for a home, they require you to get home insurance. Unfortunately, the insurance rates have skyrocketed. We're in this market now that the rates have increased.
Mhm.
The underwriting guidelines has actually tightened up.
Last couple of months, yeah.
Last few months, it was like
Yeah.
almost like overnight. So just kind of like how you saw in the mortgage industry, how everything kind of tightened up and how the rates changed. Insurance is pretty much followed suit. So
I saw a lot of the big boys. I was in a CE class about a month ago, and they were talking about all the big boys are leaving Florida just because all this.
a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're paying for it across the country now for things that happen in Florida and whatnot. But in effect, a lot of companies that were since the 1800s, some big name companies are actually leaving the insurance world because they're like, we're done. We want to get out of the home and auto racket.
Mm-hmm.
One of the benefits of someone like myself, there's no magic formula here. It's just because I write for 25 of the top companies. I just have the flexibility. If you go to one company, if you go to a major company, a captive agent, as they call them, they only have one product.
Yeah, one choice. Yeah.
They're one choice, and this is it. The only difference is someone like myself, I can take your information, put it in the system, so you don't have to call 3 or 4 people to shop them around, as we like to call it in the industry. Just give me your information. I'll shop you around to all of my companies within the country, and I can find the very best rates, the very best coverages combined with the best premium. So at least when you come with me, I'm going to find it the lowest premiums. But with that being said, with the best coverages as well, because it doesn't make sense to save you money if you're undercovered, and then if something happens and you don't have the right.
Right, I was going to say
you're
that.
not going to be happy.
Being the cheapest is not always the best,
No.
right? Because you got to make sure they're properly protected.
Absolutely.
Right.
And there's a couple coverages that get overlooked.
Like
water sewer backup coverage for your home, and all that means is that if you have a basement or a lower level, and you have a sump pump and that fails, and there's a lot of rain the night before, and you walk downstairs and you see a flood everywhere, water sewer backup will protect you against any damage done to the drywall or to the ceiling or to the furniture and so forth. If you don't have that, and the insurance company comes out, the adjuster comes out and says, "Oh, you got this flood because of a faulty sump pump," you're not going to get your claim honored.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have that specific coverage. The reason why most agents don't talk about it is because it is a little pricey. It's about $125 a year for every $5,000 of coverage.
Okay.
So let's just say
pull out my calculator.
Let's just say it's your premium is $1,000 a year, and you want water sewer backup for $5,000. It would be $1,125.
Right.
If you want $10,000, it would be $1,250, and so forth.
Right.
So a lot of agents out there just don't talk about it because they're trying to,
lowball it. Yeah.
To sell you on the rate. But if you sell someone on the rate, you're going to lose them on the rate for next year. So I don't worry so much about the rate. I want to make sure you're covered properly, or at least give you the options and educate you. If you tell me you don't want the coverage, I'm totally fine for that because I work for you.
Amen.
And I just want to make sure that you're aware of what what the quote entails, the coverages that you have. If you want me to add something, I can. If you want me to take something off, I can. But at the end of the day, it's like kind of like what you do, Brian. We educate our clients
100%.
so they walk away with peace of mind knowing that they've got the best.
We're not going to talk bad about other companies, but here's the thing, and this is, I kind of look at it from a lending standpoint, and it drives me absolutely insane when I see our industry is down like 60%, and it is a tough market, guys. So but we all fight, and we're going to fight best for you. And this is why I bring in the people that I bring on here, because it's people that I can trust. We started talking about Jesus first, and we're going to talk about the rest of this. the thing is, when people sell you on things, it's a bait and switch. I had on the phone, and this is not related to this, but it is a little bit. And I spoke to an agent this morning, and it was related to something that I heard about on another client. And this client left me like 4 months ago. They were going to buy a house. He said, "Hey, you're getting a better rate." Well, the loan officer never locked in their rate, the supposed rate that they were getting, and they ended up walking away. So the rate was like 10 times higher than not 10 times, but like a point and a half higher. And so, guys, you got to work with people that you can trust. Do your research. Look you up on Google. He's got companies you can shop before. Make sure they're educating. They're not talking fast to get through the process. I love what you said there. You're like, look, this is going to be a little more expensive, but this is protecting you in the long run. Or, for example, when people don't get home inspections, they just say, "Hey, I'm good," right? And you pay $400 or $500 for a home inspection, and it might save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in the end. So I love that you're doing that. And I think it's so important that, we as a people, I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, I don't care, is that you actually take the time to talk to a professional that will educate you and give you options instead of throwing you in a box and saying, "Okay, here's what's hot."
Absolutely. And if I could say one thing, Brian, one extra coverage that very rarely gets talked about. And again, for everyone that's listening, you don't need to come and talk to me. You can go to your current insurance agent if you'd like. Ask them about a coverage called service line coverage, service line protection.
What does that mean?
And all that means is if you've ever driven in a neighborhood and you've seen a bobcat like in front of someone's house, like in their front yard, and there's a huge hole they're digging up, that's where you need service line protection, because the underlying water pipes that lead from your house, underneath your house, out to the street, if those get obstructed some way with tree roots, which that's kind of what the cause is the tree roots, and if that messes up and cracks your pipe, you'll get a lot of water underground. And that's why you see that bobcat out there. It's a huge mess. It's about $10,000 to $13,000 to fix and to repair. A lot of people don't know about it, but I tell everyone about it because it's literally $30 to $55 a year to add this coverage to your policy. So it's not expensive. Like I said, 30 to
yeah, you're not talking
55.
about, you're talking about not going to Starbucks for a half a week.
Absolutely. Yeah, most of the time it's escrow to your mortgage payment. So
Right,
you're not
exactly.
It's not going to even affect your payment. But just go to your agent and talk to them about that. You'll be happy that you did, because it happens more often than you realize.
No, thank you for sharing that. Hey guys, William, thank you for joining in. I appreciate you, man. Franklin, look, if you guys got questions about insurance, you ever, thought you were undercovered or not covered enough, I think that's the same as undercovered. That's my math and English messing up. Call this guy. He'll help you be able to understand your insurance. You can look at their policy, give them a free. Would you do that? Look, I'm just spending your money for your time.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny because I call it noise. Give me a call and let's make some noise. NOISE. It's a no obligation insurance service evaluation.
You got to know your acronyms or whatever you're going to do.
But
what is it? Noise.
It's
so no NOISE.
Right. So no obligation insurance service evaluation.
So they don't call you being mute.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay,
You call,
right.
you make some noise. You call me, and what I do too is I give everyone my cell number.
Okay.
So that way your insurance agent is at your fingertips. You can call me. You can text me anytime. Not too many companies give a cell number. But,
well, no, they're big now. I mean, most people, it's just a big company, then, and that's just basically what goes on.
Then you get the 800 number. You have to call and dial 1 for this, 2 for that. But with me, you get me directly, and I can give that number if you're okay.
Absolutely. What's the best way for them to reach you?
The best way is call me on my cell phone, 630-432-9450.
I'm having too much fun today. It's the way you said it. Call me on my cell phone. I thought about Drake. So let's it's a Christian radio station. We're going to keep it going. So look. Call them on the cell, 630-432-9450.
9450. And if you don't want to talk to me, you can text me. I'm very responsive. I'll get back to you.
Okay, cool. Guys, share this. We're just giving some information on how to protect your home. Tell me about some problems that you see with insurance policy, like with right now that's going on, or, just what's relevant as far as, are you seeing like what I see, that like that bait and switch example with someone might tell someone that, hey, your rate's going to be 7%. Like one guy told me the rate would be 6.25 right now with no points. And I'm like, yeah, that's not accurate, but then they found out that wasn't accurate. But give me something that you're seeing that someone can look out for and they can give you a call to help out.
The main thing is I would say the roof. The roof is what most of the insurance carriers are not paying or not honoring the claim for. There's a lot of roof claims. So what happens is when you talk to an agent, and a lot of times they don't even ask you the age of the roof, but that is going to be the most important question that should be asked of you. And if it's not, you better let the person you're working with know the age of the roof, because what's happening is if you say that my roof is relatively new, right? It's just a basic kind of general answer. And the agent says, okay, we'll put 2019. It's relatively new. And then let's just say you need to file a claim for your roof. And now the adjuster comes out and they figure out that your roof was made or put, your roof was replaced back in 2010. They're not going to honor that claim because you said that the claim was, or you said that the roof's age was 2019.
Okay.
So that is something that I'm seeing a lot across the board, and people are getting upset because they're saying, well, wait a minute, how come they're not honoring it? Because no longer are there days where you can say my roof is relatively new. We need a specific date. A lot of
What if the homeowner don't know?
Well, then you got to get that. The appraisal, the appraiser will know.
Right.
You just have to dig in and find out. And there are ways of finding out. And in fact, a lot of these insurance carriers, they have like the drones out there, and they can tell how old the roof is. They have such great technology that they can say, okay, this roof is 2007. Well, on the application, if you're saying, well, it's 2019, guess what? They're not going to honor that claim. So the roof is what's messing up a lot of people. So when I talk to clients, I always say specifically, what is the age of the roof? If they say, I don't know, then I have to err on the side of caution and then say, okay, your house was built in 2002. Guess what? Your roof is 2002. If they say, hey, it's 2010 or 2015, then I'll take
How
their
long does
word.
the roof last now? I mean, I used to hear 20, 30 years.
It's about that.
Still that? Okay,
It's
so
still
yeah,
that.
so you just got to replace it, and that I've seen people replace them sooner than that. Is it just like the weather and stuff that just
A lot of
Terrible.
hail, a lot of hail.
So
damage,
Chicago.
a lot of
Yeah,
Chicago
yeah,
weather.
no.
And then a lot of people are under the misunderstanding that if they have a roof that's, let's just say 20 years old, they think, wow, a shingle blew off, I'm going to file a claim and I'm going to get a brand new roof. Well, it doesn't work that way either. Insurance is to make you whole, and they're going to give you what the roof is worth and the age of the roof and so forth, but it's not just the blanket where it's like, boom, you get a new roof.
All right, I get to pick on you a little bit. I'm going Chris Rock on you. So everybody remember Chris Rock, the famous line.
Can I slap you or no?
No, you can't say that. I'll keep them words out. so listen, we're going to draw on this paper in a minute. You remember one of Chris Rock's famous line? I forget what movie it was. It's like, incation. Remember, he's like, insurance incation.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? He called insurance incation. You guys know where I'm going with this. If you know what don't happen, should I get my money back? So, you hear people, you never heard that term?
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay, that's
Now I have, I guess.
yeah. So what it was, so I'm not saying the word that he used, but the point was that if stuff doesn't happen, you're paying. At the end of the day, you're paying, and it goes up. So here's the question I have, and people are going to say this, and we're putting you on the side. I get to put you. They make us the bad guy outside because rates are going up. We have nothing to do with rates going up. So look, all this crap going on in Florida, all this stuff happened, and then we're like, okay, people, some of the big guys leaving out and all this stuff, and then we've all talked about insurance has gone up, right? So what the average Joe or American might say is, hey, I've been paying my insurance on time and no issues for the last 10 years, 0 claims. Why all of a sudden are you raising my prices?
Great question.
And your answer is, because I certainly got a little Chris Rock going on with me. I'm like, hey, when nothing happens, I should get my money back.
Hey, I get that question probably 15 times to 20 times a week. I hear that. I've never had an auto accident. I've never filed a home claim. Why are my rates going up?
Say it one more time, because I was laughing at what somebody said.
Okay. So what I get clients that call me all the time. Hey, I never had an auto accident.
Right. Okay.
And
yeah.
I never filed a claim. Why are my rates just going up from last year?
Right.
And the main culprit is, the general answer is, of course, the economy and the times that we're living in right now. But the main culprit is the replacement cost, whether the
house goes up in value.
Not even the house, but the cost it takes to rebuild a home. So the cost of wood and the cost of
labor. Oh, that makes sense.
Same thing.
So inflation, not incation. Inflation.
Yeah, exactly. So even, for instance, about 3 or 4 years ago, we'll talk about a vehicle. To replace a bumper was about $2,500. Now, because of the replacement cost and the inflation cost, it's about $7,500 to replace. So even a little fender bender is going to be kind of expensive. It's going to increase.
Yeah,
your
and then you got to
premium.
pay the deductible, and then
The
you want to make me
deductible.
pay it back because I mean, again, I haven't had an accident.
Right.
Knocking on wood is okay in the Christian station, right? Yeah.
But
So,
but that's the reason why the premiums are going
Right.
up. And even if
But-
you never file the claim, in general the rates are just going up for
Right.
everybody, just in case you do have an accident. So that's why they're being cautious.
Devon is like, is it possible to go without insurance? Which insurance provider do you prefer? So I'm going to answer that question for you, Devon. Did the first part of it? Let me see. If you don't have insurance, they're going to lock you up.
Is it possible to go without insurance?
Well, no, he's talking like car insurance.
For
right?
car insurance,
Well, like car insurance,
okay. Now,
yeah.
car insurance, you need at least state minimum coverage.
Right.
Liability only state minimum.
Right.
You can't. That's the law. You
Right.
can't. But now with home insurance, though, if you're not
Boy.
dealing with someone like Brian here that gets you the loan, and you just say you bought a house
Cash.
outright in cash,
Right.
you don't need it. Home insurance. I mean, I would get it because you want to protect your investment, but
Right.
you don't need it. But if you go
Right,
for
if you
Brian, he's going to require you to get it because that's just that's the law for.
Right, but that's risk, right? I mean, insurance in general, yeah. So you like a house. So we were talking car, you can't go without, but a house you could if you have a mortgage because the insurance protects the, giving someone. There's 3 ways to get rich in America, basically, right? I learned this a long time ago when I read this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? So it's like you work hard, right? You inheritance, which is the same as winning the lottery, right? You sue someone. So, what mortgage companies are doing and why they want people like Tony to give us insurance is that, oh, you guys, the house it's flooding, there's water in. I'm not going to pay my mortgage because I got to use these funds to do that. So the insurance is to protect us from stuff like that too.
Absolutely.
Right? No excuse.
And you talk about suing. A lot of carriers, again, check your policy, okay? A lot of companies give you $300,000 of called liability protection. So what that means is if someone gets hurt on your property and they want to come after you and sue you, you've got $300,000 of protection against any type of lawsuits or legal battles. The problem is, in my opinion, $300,000 just isn't enough,
right.
especially with these attorneys, man. They will charge you an arm and a leg.
They're not spending $5 on those commercials they be on. Especially some of the built up guys. What is it? Let me see.
I know what you're talking about. So what I do is for all my clients, I give them either $500,000 to $1 million of liability.
Is that an umbrella policy?
No, that's just on the home policy portion is just liability. It protects them against lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
They have $1 million. You're fully covered. You can have peace of mind. And now you're probably asking, well, how much more is that going to cost? From $300,000 to $1 million is about $8 a year more. So I give.
Why wouldn't everyone do that?
I give everybody $1 million because it's costing you less than $1 a month. So
yes.
Go back to your agent and talk to them about it. Say I want to increase it, or like I said,
No. Let me help him out. Listen, we blessed Tony blessed us to come on the show, give some information. You give him a call. Okay, you just give him an opportunity. At the end of the day, guys, look, we come on and we work really hard. And the good book says, "Man, don't work, don't eat." And we provide and try to help. And give us a shot to earn your business. So you're gonna give him a call. Tony's number is in there, and we're gonna help him out. And best number to reach you is 630 again.
630-432-9450. You can call me, you can text me, and just do me a favor. Let me know that you saw me on Brian's show, and I'll take very good care of you.
Yeah, good. I hate to do this. Like, remember the TV shows that again, if you call me right now,
If you call me there, caller number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
What can we do for you? That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no.
Incorporate that.
All right, so we got 2 minutes left. Let's see what you got.
2 minutes.
Where your pen at?
Holy cow! I don't have a pen. Do you have a pen?
You have a pen? All right,
Can someone throw me a pen?
we gotta have some fun here. So
All right.
we started off at the beginning of the show. We said, and you're gonna take we're gonna see our drawings. We gotta draw a cartoon character, okay? I'm out of practice.
Stone. Give me about 10 seconds, maybe 15.
All right, ready?
I'm
Set,
ready.
go. All right, let me see. I'm gonna do 2. So let's see how bad mine is. I haven't done this in a long time. All right, let's see how this. Yeah, I guarantee you're gonna be a little bit better than me because this is like, but for the pen years, all right. Oh, that's pretty awesome.
All right. What was that, about 10 seconds or so?
All right, so here you got me there, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go with
Oh, nice.
So what I did, let's see.
So if you did two,
Well, no. So this is the pro. Look at this. This is, let's see. Can we get a little close? Look at that Fred Flintstone, and that's pretty amazing. So I'm not doing mine. Actually, I'm gonna take this. I drew the Fred Flintstone, and so this is a guy that's not an artist. So one has a book. So on the left there is Batman. You want to call that? Then there's a Ninja Turtle, I think. So we're being kids here, guys.
What a great time.
This is awesome. That's pretty impressive. You should consider. You should do like a cartoon book or some kind.
I didn't. You're not here when we're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. You were talking about that.
5 in the series.
Yeah.
On Amazon, $7.99, and it's also Amazon Prime, so free delivery.
What are they called?
It's called The Ark Animals. If you put in my name, they'll all come up. If you go into the search bar and just put Tony Bowles, you'll see all 5 of my books.
But that would do. I like it.
2 more are coming. Hopefully, in the next few months.
Yeah, Ali is asking, please inform us about claims that's going against our rate. So you got 30 seconds. Give us the answer on that because we gotta look out in a minute.
What about the claims?
So he's saying, please inform us about claims filed going against our rate. Like, once you have a claim filed against your rate, like how does that impact them?
That's going to impact your premium a lot. Now, every carrier is different, so I can't tell you exactly how much it's going to affect it, but it definitely will. Even if it's like a claim that's put up, like if it's not your fault, it's called a not at fault accident. Let's say if you're driving, that's still going to hit you. It's still going to, again, if it's not your fault, I get it, but it's still going to affect your premium. It doesn't seem fair, but it's just the way of the world, and it's just how insurance works, unfortunately.
Okay. So look, Tony, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you guys for joining us. So Wednesdays at 5 to 5:30. We're going to try this out for a while. We want to be here to educate. Tony, you going to come back on the show?
Please, anytime. Ask me. I love it.
Okay, cool.
To do so.
Look, give us a shot to earn your business to buy a house. We got a lot of programs. We have over 700 first-time buyer programs, guys, and I can be able to help you to go over that. I'm going to give you my cell and office number. My team and I'll be happy to help you. You can reach us at 630-352-0629, 630-352-0629, or my cell 773-875-7640. We'd love to help you. Tune in next week, 5 to 5:30. I got to get used to saying that, 5 to 5:30. God bless.
God bless. Keep punching.
I like this. I might have to frame.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ. WVTC Allsip Chicago.